On today's show, we talk about how LSU baseball fared against Grambling with an unexpected twist.
Bring on our good friend Josh Nix to get down and dirty with the NBA playoffs.
And I tell you why Xavier Henry may be my least favorite Hornet of all time.
So get on the edge of your seat and put your rally cap on because it's the bottom of the ninth and it starts right now. Really moving stuff.
USA, baby.
Welcome to Sports Showtime's bottom of the ninth. I'm Alex Cheney.
And I'm Patrick Clay. Thanks for tuning in. Now, we chose to lead off the show with that clip as our way of showing Boston we're behind you guys. It's amazing what sports can do to bring people together in times like these.
To the city of Boston, just want to say you're in our thoughts, and we send our condolences your way.
But we do have a show for you guys, so let's get started. How about with some spring football? Alex, we got the game this Saturday. What are you looking forward to about it?
Well, I'm really looking forward to the first quarter because that's what I'll be attending.
Of course.
Weather's dropping down a little bit, so it's going to be a really nice Saturday afternoon. I'm looking at Menberger and see how he's progressed since the end of the season.
And also, you got to look at the running back core because with Hilliard and Hill coming back and Alfred Blue, he's not healthy yet, but it's going to be an interesting rotation to see what they do into next year.
Absolutely. And linebackers, now that Minter's gone. What are they going to do?
A lot of movement.
The LSU baseball team returned home for the first time in a week. The Tigers took on Grambling State University Wednesday night in Alex Box Stadium. LSU held Grambling to only 3 hits, but went through 10 different pitchers throughout the game. The Tigers' defense played well, including an impressive snag by second baseman Jacoby Jones. Third baseman Christian Ibarra hit a 2-run homer at the bottom of the 6th to give LSU a comfortable lead. Grambling starting pitcher Corey Jordan threw a great game despite hitting LSU's first batter. LSU coach Paul Maneri was quick to notice his abilities.
Quite frankly, the quality of their starting pitcher surprised us tonight. You know, that kid was good. 88 to 91, he threw a really good curveball that had downward trajectory.
LSU went on to win the game 4-0. The Tigers will travel to Tuscaloosa this weekend for their series against the Crimson Tide.
Alex, I really think it's good LSU face someone like Corey Jordan in a midweek game. Gives them a little unexpected challenge with his pitching, and I think that's really good for a team that needs to stay sharp despite their strong record. You don't want to fall off, get big-headed.
Absolutely, and especially after a weekend where they face an excellent Arkansas pitching staff.
ERA is through the roof.
It's incredible. You know, the off-speed pitches, they guys that are off-speed that can just pound the strike zone. It really threw that LSU team off, which is why they struggled a lot, not only just a road game. So it's really nice. Especially, not really expecting a lot out of Grambling, for them to come out and play hard. It was nice to see.
And it's good for LSU to get that challenge, especially with several conference series left, and they're going to need to keep their game sharp.
Absolutely. Coming up, we have on Josh Nix for a special edition of Nix Picks, NBA Playoffs Edition.
You do not want to miss these picks. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show, and now we bring on Josh Nix for the special NBA Playoffs edition of Nix Picks. Josh, as always, great to have you on the set.
It's great to be here. We had March Madness finish, and now the NBA playoffs. It's a great time of year to be a basketball fan.
Unless you're a Hornets fan, and then it's April anguish. Well, Josh, the games are over, and the seedings are set for both conferences. Let's get started with the West. What's your series to watch in this conference?
Well, I'm going with Golden State versus Denver. This could be the most interesting matchup of the first round. The Denver Nuggets have had an extraordinary season. Despite not having a superstar player that fans identify with, they won 57 games by running teams out of the gym and playing aggressive perimeter defense. Incredibly, this team is one of the highest scoring teams in the league, despite not having either great perimeter shooting or a great post player. To me, Ty Lawson is the key to this team. He sets the tempo the Nuggets like to play at, especially at home. He gets them running. Meanwhile, the Warriors are in the playoffs for the first time since 2007 when they knocked off Dallas as an 8 seed. This is a young team that can score a lot of points quickly with the 3-ball, as Steph Curry broke Ray Allen's record this year. They can also score with David Lee on the block. This is going to be an interesting series with both teams having very good home court advantages, the altitude in Denver, the loud crowd in Oakland. But at the end of the day, I have to go with the Denver Nuggets in 7. George Karl, too good of a coach. He's my coach of the year. And for my other predictions in the West, unfortunately, I have the Oklahoma City Artists, formerly known as the Sonics, taking out my beloved Houston Rockets in 5. Yeah, okay, enjoy the lottery. I have the San Antonio Spurs taking out the depleted Los Angeles Lakers in 5.
You're fired.
Sorry, Alex. And then for my upset pick, not too much of an upset, but I have the 5th seed Grizzlies without home court advantage taking down the Los Angeles Clippers in 6 games. It'll be a sad first round for Los Angeles basketball fans.
So, Josh, how do you have the Hornet series playing out?
I don't know. Game 1 might be tough. I don't know. They're playing. I don't know who they're playing. Who are they playing?
Surrounded by Lakers and Rockets fans, I know personally as a Hornets fan, I'm just dying to get 4 extra games in my season because unfortunately that's all y'all are going to get.
Enjoy playing the lottery.
I will.
Your upset pick is the Grizzlies over the Clippers. Why do the Grizzlies win this series?
Well, not much is different from last year's first-round matchup between these two teams. Both teams play a similar style of basketball that they did last year, and they have similar key players, give or take Rudy Gay and Jamal Crawford. The Clippers set the tempo in Game 1 last year by pulling out one of the greatest fourth-quarter comebacks in playoff history and eventually took the series in 7 despite almost blowing the 3-1 lead. However, I think the Grizz are even tougher this year, and I think they will repay the favor by grinding out games that they do so well, and they will frustrate the emotionally fragile Clippers. I like the Grizz in this series. Take out the Clippers.
Both LA teams making a first-round exit. I don't hate it. But let's move out east and see if Josh can think anyone can take down the defending champion Miami Heat.
Well, it's not going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. I can tell you that right now. Milwaukee might win a game if they're lucky with Larry Sanders blocking shots, and Bucks did match up well with the Heat in the regular season. But a matchup I will be looking forward to in the East in the first round will be the Knicks and the Celtics. For the second time in 3 years, the Knicks and Celtics will face each other in round 1. The Celtics will have heavy hearts as this series begins, obviously due to the tragic events at the Boston Marathon on Monday. That could fire the team up. A lot has changed, however, though, since the C's swept New York in 2011. The Celtics are more banged up and have a completely different backcourt. The Knicks have figured out how to play, finally, by starting Melo at the 4 and having him make plays on the post. KG and Pierce will not go out without a great fight, however, being the Warriors that they are. But the Knicks, at the end of the day, I think they're the deeper team, they're the better team, they're the more energetic team, and it'll be close, but I think they take it in 7.
You know, you got to think Boston. They're going to have that emotional ride going into that series. The whole country's behind them right now.
They're an emotional team anyway, so
absolutely.
It just fuels the fire.
What's your upset pick in the East?
In the East, once again, it's not too much of an upset, but I have the Chicago Bulls beating the Brooklyn Nets. Despite Derrick Rose being out for the season, the Bulls are tough as nails defensively, which is no surprise from a Tom Thibodeau coach team. Offensively, however, this team just struggles mightily without Rose creating open shots. They just cannot consistently score the basketball. Meanwhile, Brooklyn gets the 4th seed despite not getting a great season from Deron Williams. Brook Lopez has been outstanding, however, as he has emerged as a solid all-around center. However, I think Chicago pulls an upset here because Joakim Noah can handle Brook Lopez on the post, and they can exploit Gerald Wallace by running pick and rolls and pick and pops with Carlos Boozer. I see the Bulls winning in 6 games. And in the last series, Pacers will beat the Hawks in 5. The Hawks, they just never seem to care in big games. I don't know why they don't. Indiana's a fiery team. They will win that series.
And well, thanks so much, Josh, for coming on. That's all the time we have. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Now, in honor of hashtag Throwback Thursday, we'd like to follow up on a little story we showed you, our lovingly viewing audience last week.
Lovingly is just my mom. As we all know, after the Hornets-Lakers game last Wednesday, LA forward Metta World Peace had some interesting words for how he managed to play in that game just 12 days after knee surgery. Here's a quick reminder.
Just too sexy for my cat. I'm too sexy for my cat.
Your cat?
My cat.
Stay in school, kids.
Anyway, so that game also featured a heated argument with Meta and Hornets guard Xavier Henry.
So before Sunday's game, I had to ask Henry what he thought of Meta's comments. Let's take a look.
I don't even want to say anything about it. It's just, I mean, good for him. I hope he recovers well, and yeah, that's all I can say about that.
Are you too sexy for your cat? Or?
I don't have a cat, so I'm not even worried about it.
One of the last great moments in New Orleans Hornets history, truly.
That's right, Patrick.
But with that said, it is the dawn of a new day.
It is.
Yesterday marked the last ever New Orleans Hornets game.
The
and
Hornets become the Pelicans.
I believe it's spelled Pelican, Alex, my good friend. I believe it's spelled Pelican.
So you like 2 division titles in 10 years?
I'm sorry, it's 1 division title in 10 years, but we don't have the benefit of having these.
No, I meant that now the Pelicans are going to get 2 division titles.
Oh, the Pelican. No, I could see a couple NBA titles, rings and MVPs and.
Eric Gordon, his knee still.
Oh, the knee holds up. Anthony Davis becomes a monster. Monty Williams is coach of the year. All those ridiculous goals that I know they will never meet. But unfortunately, I'll believe that they will.
Sounds like Patrick's having a very nice dream at the time.
I have it until the lottery, basically. But that's all we have for the show. Thanks so much for tuning in to Sports Showtime on Tiger TV.
You can catch the highlights or watch full episodes online at tigertv.tv.
Also, make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for all the latest news.
Just wanted to give a quick shout out to Newsbeat's Travis Cobb, who is our new producer for the show. Happy to have it on board, buddy.
We can't really tell from here, but hopefully you didn't screw anything up.
No promises. For Patrick Clay, I'm Alex Cheney. As always, enjoy your weekend, and you stay classy, Baton Rouge.